Burton's Kidman jokes were very, very lame, and there were long silences. And Jonathan, if you saw it, you would have seen that Jonathan tried to help him at the beginning, because Jonathan's obviously a fan, and he tried to act as a straight man to Wooden Shtick, but then he realised that the audience were not only not getting it, but actually becoming angered and shocked, especially when the cancer jokes started. They started to be actually shocked and insulted, and then Jonathan sort of just sat back in his seat and watched Shirley Ghostman die.
Let it unfold.
And basically he did die a very cruel and slow death.
Can you remember any examples of the exchanges at all?
Well, a lot of it's unrepeatable. And it was coming off a sort of back, because Jonathan, it wasn't that good a night for Jonathan, and he's a man who knows that if there's a boring Hollywood star, he needs to make it interesting by being provocative. So he was being very provocative already with Nicole Kidman. He called Nicole Kidman's mother a biatch. Didn't say it that politely, twice.
Yeah.
And she was looking very uncomfortable. And then Wooten came on and did a very protracted psychic thing on Nicole Kidman that just ended up with him telling her she was Australian. And it didn't seem very funny, and it took a very long time. And he said he channeled Hitler, and he made some unfortunate references to David Schwimmer after he said that. A lot of it is actually unrepeatable.
Yeah. Well, they got apparently something like 150 complaints.
350.
350.
His jokes are stuff like, "Oh, Kurt Cobain came through to me shooting his bloody mouth off," is one Shirley Ghostman joke. Quite good, but, you know, if you don't listen carefully, you miss it.
We should say at this point that Shirley Ghostman, if you haven't caught it already on BBC Three, is really well worth catching.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
These were all good people just having a bad day.
And apparently, I think they shed something like 1 million viewers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because, but I think,
well, they've got the same agent, haven't they? Jonathan and Shirley Ghostman are both represented by a company called Off the Curb. But that may or may not have anything to do with it. It probably has a little bit to do with it. But, you know, I'm not berating any of these people. It was incredible television. I wish I'd recorded it. It was the most exciting thing I've seen in years.
Well, let's start a campaign right now to get Shirley Ghostman back on Friday Night with Jonathan Ross.
Let's just get that episode of Friday Night on Jonathan Ross released on DVD.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to all concerned. We salute you. Here's the Smiths. Kind of a retro sound there. That's the Caesars with Jerk It Out.
Coming up in a sec, we're going to be playing the new Coldplay single. I haven't heard that yet. Does that excite you, Adam Buxton?
Yes, it does. They're the biggest band in the world, and I want to hear what they've come up with.
Are you being sincere?
Well, I just heard Christian O'Connell doing a trail for Bounty Hunter, where he referred to them as the biggest band in the world. I thought the biggest band in the world title was held by U2 at the moment. There's always about 4 or 5 bands who argue about being the biggest band in the world, or R.E.M., who's the other biggest band in the world?
They don't argue amongst themselves, do they?
They do, they have...
Really?
Yeah, fights.
How terribly vain.
Chris Martin always loses because he's a weed.
Listen, if you listen to Sean Keaveney on Monday from 10 a.m, he'll be giving away copies of the Virgin Megastore Album of the Week, which is the Caesars Paper Tigers.
Hey! We just played.
And for more chances to win that album, go to www.xfm.co.uk. Virgin Megastore's Album of the Week.
Good one.
Yeah, good one. So listen, we were just talking about car crash telly. We were talking about Shirley Ghostman on Jonathan Ross, and I'm looking at next week's telly, trying to see if I can spot anything that might have equal impact.
Yeah.
And I think I found it.
Wow.
It's a programme presented by Peaches Geldof, Bob Geldof's daughter, and she's been in a lot of the papers this week because she's 16. She's going out with a 68-year-old or something, a 23-year-old, I think. But she's sort of putting herself forward as the voice of teenage youth. And we were just talking about this while the records were playing. That if you're a sort of precocious teenager, it's amazingly easy to convince adults that what you say counts for all teenagers. Let's take the temperature of Britain's teenagers. And they think they can do that just by randomly gathering any 5 teenagers and writing down what they've got to say.
And it's usually the sons or daughters of the journalists who work on the paper.
Why? What's the point with that? And it seems to me that this Peaches Geldof programme is going to be very symptomatic of that trend. She's going to tell us all about what teenagers think about, how much sex they have, whether they take drugs, what they think of politics and music, and I think Peaches' opinions will count for everybody in the country between the ages of 13 and 19.
Well, she might be extra precocious, because usually
I think she is.
if you listen to the opinions of most teenagers, all you get are the opinions of their parents, generally, in a kind of twisted, insane form.
Or maybe they're all sorts of different opinions in teenagers. Maybe, maybe they're all quite different.
I don't believe they are.
Yeah, they're all the same.
They're all the same.
They're all the same. They're all having sex at 13.
Yeah.
Taking drugs, disillusioned with
They
politics.
all like Pete Doherty or Doherty,
Yeah,
and they all think
that's
it's a
teenagers.
good idea to misbehave.
They're all like Peaches Geldof. She's a columnist for Elle Girl.
Is she?
Her latest assignment is to investigate the modern teenage state. She travels to Bolton, Wolverhampton and Brighton to meet fellow teens leading very different lives. Surely that's going to be a hilarious disaster.
What time's that on, and what time?
Sky 1, 9 p.m. Do you get Sky?
Yeah. What day?
Monday.
Monday.
Maybe you
Sky
could.
1,
Maybe
9
you
PM.
could record that.
Oh, I'll definitely record that, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But I'd be interested. I'm a fan of Bobo Geldof. I keep calling him Geldof. Geldof. Gandalf. He's good, I think. I've got time for Geldof, so I'll be interested to see what Peaches has to say.
Peaches. You can't. Let's not mock Peaches because she's a teenager and unsteady.
Well,
in
you
the
wait,
world,
man.
Probably.
Trixie Bell's going to be talking. Oh no, Peaches. Trixie Bell is her.
The
second
Peaches
name?
is the eldest one. I don't know. No, she's
Frou-
called Honeysuckle, Frou la la.
No, it's Pixie.
Pixie.
Is it?
Peaches.
I don't know. Let's not mock their names. That's too easy.
That's too easy, isn't it?
Coming up in a bit, we got Ditties in the Dock. This week, shall we tell them what the theme is?
Yeah.
It's a Prince playoff.
Prince off.
A Prince off. A little purple ponce off.
Oh, dirty. And can I just blow our own trumpets again a little bit more?
Go on.
I was just so excited, man. I was watching Ant and Dec Saturday Night Takeaway last weekend.
Yeah.
And they had an item about football
Yeah.
on it. And behind it, as a bed, was playing Adam and Joe's footy song.
No.
The footy song.
On
Ball,
Ant
ball,
and
ball,
Dec?
footy, footy, footy.
The highest rated programme on television.
Yeah, football. And
Wow.
here's another thing.
We'll get 60p for that.
Can you confirm to me, I was watching this program about, most excruciating children's TV moments ever or something. There seem to have been about 100 of those programs. Anyway, they managed to find a couple of new ones, new little bits. I think it was on Channel 5, maybe last weekend or the one before. And there was one with, who was the band? It wasn't Matt Bianco. Or maybe it was Matt. No, it wasn't. It was Peter Andre.
Right.
Someone phoned in Peter Andre, and I'm almost certain it was our friend Zach. You didn't watch that show?
No.
Does Zach listen to this program?
Possibly.
Well, Zach, if you're listening, can you phone up and confirm? Because Zach used to do quite a few
And
demented...
they used that clip on this clip show.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
exciting.
sure he sort of said... He just phoned in and said, Peter Andre, why are you such a loser sellout? Or
Man,
something.
we're coming back. Maybe we're coming back.
Maybe it's time for the comeback.
Wow.
Time for Ditties in the Dock now. Now we got to make this pretty quick, Joe. But basically, it's a Prince off.
Yeah, it's a Prince off. The Little Purple Ponce. We're going to pitch two of his tracks against each other. Shall I just go straight in there with my choice?
Yeah, why not?
My choice is Let's Go Crazy. It's from the Purple Rain album. Purple Rain, one of my favourite 80s films. Fantastic film, full of great music, and this is one of the most brilliant tracks on it. It's got terrific lyrics. What an amazing introduction. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to get through this thing called life. It's just a classic song, and you can't go wrong with it. And it's brilliant. And it's Let's Go Crazy by Prince. And that's it. That's my pitch.
Okay, my song is Sexy Mother...
What?
Farmer. And basically, I've had to heavily censor this song because it contains the MF swear word in it right the way through. But it's a kind of hip-hop-y funk explosion, which I think did chart. And I can't remember what they did when it was in the charts. Can you remember? How did they censor it?
I think they changed the lyrics, didn't they? I can't remember, but yeah, I think they just changed it. Instead of bleeping it, they changed it.
Right. Well, what I've done is I've got my son Frank, who's like my personal swearing machine, to
Well, this isn't fair now, is it?
Well, it's just a thing.
You've embellished the track.
I've embellished the track because out of legal necessity, I've had to make amends to the swearing police because otherwise we'd get fired. So it's Sexy MF, the Frank version.
Or Let's Go Crazy.
Or Let's Go Crazy. That's what you're voting for.
Call 0871 222 1049. The person who votes with the deciding vote will win their choice of exciting DVDs. 0871 222 1049 is the number.
Now get ready for the cold play.
Oh, can't you just envision the season's best goals being, a montage of those with that record over them?
You make me sick.
Why?
You're
Because I'm so insightful.
Just cynical. Just just, you know, Coldplay wrench their heart out, stick it on a tray for you, and you say, oh, you can just see that on the Season's Best Gold. Well, I'm gonna kill you for what you said, okay? We'll be back with Ditties in the Dock after this.
XFM.
Yes, this is the closing 11 minutes of the Adam and Joe radio show here on XFM. It's Ditties in the Dock time, and things aren't looking very good for Joe Cornish, because Adam, it's a Prince playoff. I chose Let's Go Crazy. Adam's chosen Sexy MF, and he's replaced the swearing with his child saying cute things. So it's just a foregone conclusion, isn't it? Even I want to hear the child saying cute things.
Well, it's not a foregone conclusion because Let's Go Crazy is a kind of colossus of rock.
Yeah, but it doesn't have
And our
babies
fans
saying sweet things.
Yeah, but people sort of might want to hurt me for making my child say sweet things because it's sort of nauseating.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's go to the phone lines. Tally, hello, are you there?
It's Sally, sorry.
Well, why did you write Tally like
Why
that?
did you
Well,
do
Tally's not
that?
even a human name. Has anyone ever met anybody called Tally?
Doctor Who has.
Really?
I think he
Okay,
has.
hello, Sally.
Hello, how you doing?
Very, very well. Now, I presume
I prefer Sexy MF,
Yes.
but I would prefer it without the baby, because they just missed... I know, no offence, but they just missed out the words and just left it blank with just the music bed underneath
Did they?
it.
And you like a nice, forcefully sung swear word?
Oh, absolutely, but I know you can't do it on the radio.
Yeah.
No, we're not allowed because it's evil and corrupts people.
Exactly, it hurts them. But Sally, thank you very much for your call and for your vote. And yes, of course, if it was up to me, I'd leave it intact with the swearing in, because it's not really...
You know
it's
what?
not-
I'd take the music out and just leave
Just the
Frank.
swearing. Oh, just Frank.
Just leave the child. So thanks very much, Sally. Tally, thanks for calling, thanks for listening. Sorry we can't give you a prize because we're only down to National Treasure and Todd Browning's Freaks, which we're going to have to save for the deciding call. So that's 1-0 to Buxton and his son. Fergus, hello, are you there?
Good afternoon.
How are you, Fergus?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Are
where
you
can
driving
we go
a
from
car, Fergus?
I am driving a car, yes. I'm hands-free, though.
Hands-free? What, you're not even steering?
No, indeed.
Steady. I hope you're not endangering yourself or anyone else on the road, Fergus.
Not at all.
Okay, good. What are you going to vote for this afternoon?
Let's Go Crazy.
Fergus,
on.
well done.
It's got to be a driving classic. You should stick it on right now, as soon as you hang up, Fergus.
Yeah, get rid of Sexy MF.
Yeah.
What, even with Adam's child
Don't
in it?
keep going on about the child because
I'm trying to overdo it.
you're
you see.
turning
It's my
people
stealth
against the
tactic.
child.
Exactly. If I just talk about it too much, by the time we hear it, it'll be old news. 1-1. Thank you very much, Fergus.
Thanks,
for
Fergus.
calling. Good luck. Don't crash.
Drive safely.
Or die.
Danesh, are you there?
Hi, yeah, how's it going?
Fine.
Yeah.
Dinesh, you've called us before, haven't you?
I have, yeah, a few times.
Have you won prizes from us?
Yeah, I won one of your DVDs, actually.
Did
which is
you?
Very good, yeah. I
Yeah,
like
you-
Star Wars stuff.
Did you?
That was a long time ago, so Dinesh,
In
we
a
haven't-
galaxy far, far away.
he hasn't won a prize for a while.
No, I haven't.
Okay, Dinesh, what are you voting for? Is it Sexy MF or Let's Go Crazy?
I'm going to have to vote for Sexy MF. I have good teenage memories of the video.
Yeah, it was a video was just a clip from the film, I think.
No, Sexy MF.
Yeah, Sexy
Oh,
MF.
sorry.
Yeah.
I was deluded there. I thought you were voting for me.
It's a good tactic. Denial.
Do you remember can I just say one thing? Do you remember
Yeah.
in Purple Rain, do you remember Prince's seduction technique?
No.
He gets Apollonia back to his flat and he's got a recording of a woman crying played backwards.
Wow.
And that's how he turns her on. It's crying backwards. Sexy, isn't it?
And she says yes.
Then he bangs her from behind.
Oh, you can't say that.
Amanda, is it? Oh, no, we haven't finished with
Dinesh, thank you
so there
very
we
much
go.
indeed for your call.
It's
So that's
2-1 for Adam.
2-1 to
Not looking
me.
good for Cornish.
Amanda,
Hi there.
how you doing?
I'm very well. How
What
are you?
Very good, thank you. What are you up to?
I'm actually just about to go into Sainsbury's shopping. How exciting is my life?
Are you going to have a chip and pin moment?
Oh, yeah, possibly, yeah.
You're going to have to think of something to say while you wait for the chip and pin to go through.
Amanda, do you ever use the self-checkout at Sainsbury's?
Oh, no, they drive me nuts.
Do you not find it takes like 5 times as long?
You
Because
always have to
Does,
get
which is exactly why I don't use it.
yeah.
unrecognised item in the bagging area.
You have
don't-
removed your
don't
bag.
Go there.
Every time I've used it,
Yeah.
I've just had to call the cashier over. That's another show. That's for next week. So, Amanda, what are you going to vote for?
I'm doing Let's Go Crazy.
Yes. So this is very tense, isn't it?
It's
That's
very
2
tense.
all.
Amanda, thanks very much for your call. Have a good time in Sainsbury's.
So we're down to Reg. Hello, Reg.
Hello, mate.
How you doing, Reg? You realise the gravity of the situation. You are now going to cast the winning vote.
I can feel the pressure.
There's great pressure, and you know, I don't know. You sound like quite a sort of gruff, manly man who maybe doesn't have time for the fipperies of little children saying silly words?
I'm a bit of a grafter, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh dear, it doesn't
It could
sound
be looking
good.
good for Cornish.
Reg, tell us what you're going to go for.
It's got to be sexy, mother.
Oh, yes.
Sexy. What did he say?
I don't know, we sort of shouted
talked
over
over
it.
Well, that's very disappointing, Reg. You're not as manly as I thought you were.
Reg, you have, however, won some prizes. Congratulations, you're getting a copy of Todd Brown